Obviously, just really disappointed in the day. I wish I could, um, you know, say, hey, we played really well and played hard and left it all out there and came up short. I think really disappointed in our performance. I think we talked a lot starting on Monday about what it would take to win this game. We talked about the first to 35 points. We talked about turning the ball over and making good decisions with the ball, and really had a sloppy day. 10 points off turnovers. Obviously, the fumble on the punt return going into the half was a big momentum swing to them. We had chances in the second half we weren't able to capitalize on, including the 4th and 1 on the 1. Prior to that, we had the bad snap that kind of put us in that 4th down situation, and another 4th and 4 that we weren't able to convert there to put pressure on them. And so there's a lot for us to improve on. And, we're disappointed. The players are too. But in the end, if you want to win against good teams, you got to play better. And obviously that starts with me. We got to clean up our performance. And if we can do that, we got a good team. And if we can't, then obviously we leave it to chance and we put the ball in the opponent's hands and see how good they are. But I'm disappointed, and I'm challenging the team to reset, refocus, and get ready to play UNLV. With that, I'm happy to open up with questions.
There were a couple plays where you had some snap issues. What happened there?
Just bad snap location, and it goes back to small things done well. I mean, one was on the 3rd down on the goal line, where we were able to get it back to the 1. The second was on the 3rd down at midfield, where it was 3rd and 2, I think, and the snap was off the mark. We were fortunate, honestly, to maintain possession both times, but it set up 4th down attempts, and we weren't able to convert. So, small things done well has been the theme here early on. We have to execute on those fundamentals. We've talked since January about the fact that our margins are razor thin. And when the snap's not on target, when we're careless with the ball, with decisions with the ball, when we give opponents points off turnovers, it's not a good formula for us. So we have to tighten that up.
And then the second snap, the one at the end of the 3rd quarter at midfield, was that supposed to be a direct snap to Patrick Smith?
No.
Okay.
Both were off target.
Okay.
Coach, what did you see on the Shepard muff punt there?
He was pressured by the coverage unit putting, I think it was Tyson Russell was blocking, they put Tyson into the ball. And I think in those situations, obviously punt return is all about, securing the catch and possessing the ball. He makes the decision to return that, and we'll look at it on film and decide whether or not that should be a fair call or, whatever the case may be on the decision. But the point at which it becomes a return, we have to have the ball secured. And it looked like, the Wake Forest player was able to put Tyson into Shep onto the ball, and the ball was fumbled.
I don't know if you remember this, but was there any thought in challenging the Wake first down late in the 3rd quarter? It looked like it was close. Was there any thought there?
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, you're talking about it was a short yardage play.
Yeah, short yardage.
Yeah. Obviously, there's always thought. I don't see it fast enough on replay to make that decision. And at that point, to me, it's the ball's in play. Let's build to the stop.
Can you talk about your decision to go for it on 4th and 4 at the beginning of the 4th quarter, and then the targeting penalty, and then it gets reversed? Can you just talk about those range of emotions within the locker room?
Yeah, the 4th and 4 go was just the nature of where we were in the game, and the fact that we had multiple possessions, we needed a score. I'm upset about the fact that we weren't on schedule. Again, the poor snap put us in a tough position there. Normally, even if situationally it's a go, when you get a negative yardage snap on 3rd down, you're not usually looking to go for it on 4th. But the points that we needed to cover to be back in the game required us to go make a play there. And we want to do that with confidence. We don't want to sit there and be wishy-washy or be gray about the fact that we feel like we can go bang a slant on 4th and 4 and convert. We've done that in the past. We've done that to win games in the past. Obviously, we have to body the ball there and come down with it, and we didn't, and there's going to be some fundamental technical things. I thought the play was there, the throw was there, and we just got to finish on the catch. And credit Wake's defense for making those windows tight and making it challenging on us. But there's opportunity for us to make the routine play there and to keep the drive going. And there was still time in that game to put pressure on them, and I would have loved to have seen that. We just weren't able to make plays in those moments to get the tables turned.
Wake Forest had 288 rushing yards. What do you think went wrong for you guys that maybe that hadn't in the past couple weeks, and how fixable is that?
Well, we were designed to force them to run. Now, I want to be clear that 288 rushing yards isn't designed. I felt like to force them into methodical drives, which we were doing, to not give up the explosive pass, which we did on the whole. We downed mistakes. They had a couple of shots where they won one-on-ones. All of that was within our design. I think what happened in the second half is we started to miss on tackles. So we had unblocked players at the point of attack, and we weren't finishing. And that always comes down to fundamental technical play. And we're stopping our feet. We're not pushing into contact. We're not wrapping up. And those aren't going to. That's not going to be a formula to stop a good team in the ground game. But on the whole, I thought the design was solid. I thought the execution within the design was inconsistent, and we really should have paid on the one that they were able to break the long run that we ended up forcing the fumble on the goal line, which I was really proud of that moment. That ball needs to be downed and leveraged early, and you just, again, we can't play sloppy that way and expect the outcomes we want. There's going to be a lot that we look at and say, had we done this better, had we cleaned this up, but that's what losing teams do. Is it's always a look back to say what if, and we have to move past that as a program. So, I would have loved to have seen the run total a little bit lower. I think that it got a little bit beyond us because of our tackling in the second half, and we'll take a look at that and address it as we move forward.
Coach, what does it tell you that it was sloppy, but in the fourth quarter, I mean, you guys were in the game for a while for most of that fourth quarter?
Well, I mean, we have a good team. I tell the guys this all the time. I mean, I believe in our team, but we have to play better football. And the reality is, when we got rhythm, I mean, I thought London Humphrey stood out. Obviously, Jaden McGowan had another impactful game, but London had four targets, 4 catches for 109 yards. It just seemed to me like we have the pieces. We have to play forward and not on our heels. And when you come out of the gate and on the first possession, it was almost like there was something, again, restricting our play there early. We throw the interception. Obviously, we go into the delay. We hold the opponent to 3 there coming back out. It just took us a while to get going. We have a good team. We have to clean up our play. We have to play better football, and that comes down to small things done well. And it's frustrating as a coach because, I'm responsible for that. And it's one thing to sit here and point it all out. It's another thing to say, what are we going to do to make this better moving forward? But I think in that respect, today can be a great wake-up call for our program to say, all right, urgency and intensity, not on the big things, but on the little things, because we do have playmakers in our locker room.
You mentioned that you feel like you have a good team, and I feel like the talent difference wasn't that big today, but there's a 16-point deficit. What do you think was kind of the difference today?
Well, I mean, the 10 points off turnovers is huge, right? I mean, if you erase those, and again, that's a losing mentality because you can't. But now you're talking about a one-possession game. Now you're going to look at the 4th and 1 on the goal line, right? So you can certainly go through and find the places where you account for those 16 points. That is the difference between being on the losing end of this game and being on the winning end. Wake Wade did the little things well. Wade put pressure on us to execute. They played well in all three phases, and credit to them. You know, Dave Clawson's done that for a long time, and whether the talent gap was there or not there, you know, whether our team was better or their team was better, their team played better today and they won the game. And we have to recognize that we have a good team too. We got to play the game better.
One more.
What happened with some of those penalties on the corners? There was 2 PIs and then the late hit on Trudeau.
Well, the late hit was the quarterback was sliding, and once he starts the sliding motion, he's given himself up. So in that moment, rather than maintain a tackling position, he's got to try to launch over top and just avoid contact. That to me was what I saw on that one. That's a young player who makes a mistake, and you know, he'll learn from that. The pass interferences, I mean, you know, the 3rd and long, I think we have an opportunity there to look back for the ball. You know, those are one-on-one situations, and we have to play it cleaner. And whether it's just a grab of the jersey or a push on one of them while the ball's in the air, you know, those are things that we can clean up, fundamentally, technically. And it's just the confidence to be in that position and to play the ball. So disappointing, but also a part of the game. We'll look at those and keep working to clean it up. Thought on the whole, you know, we were forcing them to go the long, hard way, and ran out of a little steam in our run defense there in the second half. So,
Anything else? Thank you.
thanks.